and just climbed up this rather steep hill. This is at my home place here at Ballyfermoyle. It's the other end of the lane. I've parked my car down there and you can see Kilronan there. And it's a road that's been made into the forestry, because of course when I say forestry, it's about land that has been planted with cash crop trees. So this is the Sitka spruce. It's actually very quiet. And this is my first time here. I'm just exploring this road to see exactly where it takes me and see if I can catch a few views. So come with me. So I'm just almost at the top of this road now, before it begins to curve around up that way, because obviously it's a very steep incline. So this is the way the heavy machinery can get up here when it comes to harvesting the trees. I'm glad I've got my stout boots on me today, because the gravel road is a little bit arduous to climb. Great view though. Look at that. So now you can see how far I've climbed so far. Let's see. That's the road down there. Let's see if I can see my parked car. No, it's right down. A lot of the trees get blown over, you know, on the hillside. All right, I can see my car now. Just down there through the trees. There we go. Just see it. So this is another curve in the road. Again, it's all about getting the machinery up the steep hill. There's an old stone wall, look. I think that's beautiful. Reminiscent of lives before the forestry came in. But it is what it is, I suppose. And it doesn't really matter what man does to the landscape in terms of the beauty, because the beauty is still here. It's in this beautiful solitary experience, I suppose. You can still connect with Mother Earth. She hasn't gone away. It's just that humankind have sort of terrorized her with monoculture. But the beauty doesn't fade. I think all my walking, all my 10,000 steps or near enough a day, has definitely given me a lot more energy to make these steep climbs. Let's see where this takes us now. In terms of view, look, it winds round again. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at what I've just found. This beautiful pool right up here on the side of the mountain, on the side of the hill. And up we go. I think we're almost at the top. Let's have a little look. There seems to be a bit of a flattening out up here. Well, my lungs are certainly being worked, that's for sure. Well, I've reached the end of the road, which is here. And you can see where the hill is going down the ways now. And I've also spotted what looks like very thick stone walls. Oh, look, there's a hare. Did you see that? How beautiful. Very magical, because the hare is supposed to carry the soul of someone who's died. And that's just one of the many little bits of folklore that goes with the hare. The hare is also a transmigratory creature in that it can, the soul can transmigrate into the hare. It's a very magical creature in Celtic folklore. And it's also a shapeshifter. So the hare can be anyone or anything that has shapeshifted into the hare. It's extraordinary to see one, and very beautiful. And all the foxgloves, look, which are coming up here. Absolutely dozens and dozens of them. And I also noticed along here, I was looking down towards the ground, I noticed a lot of what I can only describe as shamrock. See? It's got such tiny leaves. In fact, let me see if I can pull a little bit, because it grows in sort of strands, you see. You get these beautiful strands of shamrock, which is what you wear. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's what I said about nature still holding sway, even against the force of man, the force of monoculture. She'll still find places to be herself, whether it's in the hare, or the shamrock, or the foxgloves, or just the silence, the tranquility. So I'm just on my way back down the hill, and I've looked at this little pond, tiny little pond, and I've worked out that it must be a spring well, because I have a spring well further up the hill above my cottage, and this would be almost on a parallel with it. So there is an aquifer here at Ballyfermoy which feeds all these spring wells. a little view of Old Cottage when I first bought the cottage. And this was the land looking up from the road and the land looking down from the cottage. Blessings to you all. So I'll just take you over to the tunnel now, because this is where a lot of the wood's been stored, and I have had some help in terms of using a small chainsaw, a little electric one. Just in getting wood logged up. Some of the wood now has become quite thick, so it's great to have it logged up. And the thinner bits, of course, can be cut fairly easily, and that makes good kindling. So there's a lot stored like this to be shredded, and then that's going to go out round the orchard. And lots of spirea and ribes that have been cut back. I mean, some of it's got so high, it's like maybe 10 foot high. And this is some of the bigger logs here. And the polytunnel is a brilliant place just to dry them out. So that's working well.